Hey guys, so today we'll be looking in the socket.io, which is a Node.js library, and it is used for real-time communication, and usually data is transferred between the, client and server one at a time, not both the time. So at the same time web sockets are used, and you may be familiar with any other language, but socket.io is the go-to solution for Node.js. So today we'll be building a simple uh, typing app in which multiple users can type simultaneously, and we'll be using Node.js for that here. And okay, so let's get started here. So first we need to install. Before installing, we need to initiate the npm packages. So we'll do npm init, and I'm going to say yes for everything. Okay, so you can see that I have a package.json now. So now I can do npm install. I will need 4 main packages, and they are Express. Of course, we need Express to run Node more comfortably, and I need EJS as a templating engine. Many people might prefer Handlebars, something like that, but I like to go with EJS. And I will need Nodemon, which is a live server, which you can use it because there will be no need to refresh the server or kill the server every time you change something in the files. And the other one is the final socket.io. So these 4 are the main packages that needs to be installed. And for that, we also need to set the view engine to EJS before using EJS, and because Node.js doesn't support HTML by default, so EJS is something similar to Node.js HTML, but with you can send in data, and it's just like templating variables can be used there. So now we have the packages installed now. So you can see that there is the node modules folder. So we'll create index.js app, and first thing we want is Express. So we'll be importing Express now, and after that we'll create an Express instance, which is an app. So another thing is we need a port to run on. So the port would usually be process.env.port, which means that the port which usually the environment gives you the number, or else you can use the number you want, which is 5000. And I will also need socket.io, which is the core socket.io module. And another most important thing is that here I will be running server using the HTTP module and not the usual Express module. So I will need HTTP core Node.js module. So we didn't install that, but it's okay. It's a core Node.js module, so there's no need of installing that. So to create a server, I would do HTTP dot create server of the app. I want to create server for this app. So just creating this server is not enough. We have to store this somewhere. So I'll create a variable server and store that there. I'll save that. And after this, I want an IO connection, which is a socket connection which accepts clients and process requests. So for that, I will name it maybe IO. It should be equal to socket.io of the server variable, and we will listen to the server variable as well. So what we are doing is that whatever any client hitting this server will be sent to this IO connection, sent as an IO connection. And finally, what I want to do is server.listen to the port, and this big callback function to just console.log server at 5000. So I saved that. So this is what a basic app looks like. So let's see what it does. So Nodemon index.js is how we run that. So yes, we get server at 5000 here. So let's see what's at 5000. So you can see that there's an error here. There's no /root here, so let's just create that. So we can create slash root is pretty simple. We can do just app.get slash, and it takes a callback with 2 parameters usually and request and response. And for simplicity, let's just keep it simple. So I would just send an text named hello and save that, and let's refresh this and you can see that there is the hello coming in here. So now what we need is the connection, socket connections, and what we can do with that connection. So for that we need a client. So this entire thing is a server, but we need a client. Client is someone who visits the site. So for that we need to create here, let's kill the server. So this is a project structure right now, and what I would like to do is create a new folder, views, and go inside views, and I want to create a file named index.ejs. Currently we have not done anything to support EJS files, but let's just do that itself, right? So we can do that using app.set and view engine, and we can set that to EJS. So now instead of sending hello, we can send some file here. So how can we do that is that there is an inbuilt function called send file. So of course the name itself says to send some file, and we say index.ejs. This automatically finds the file in the in the views folder. So in the views folder we have this index.ejs. So let's open that file in another split window here, and I would go with index.ejs. There it is. And let's create a basic HTML template. I need syntax rating for this. Yeah, there you go. So I want to just hello from index.ejs, and we are sending index.ejs here. So let's see how it works, and let's first come back to the main directory, and let's start the server using index.js. Okay, the server has been started, so let's see here. Okay, so what they are saying is that path must be absolute or specify root to send file. So in order for send file to work, we need to do something like express.static and stuff like that. But what we will do is that we can just simply resolve that bug by just rendering instead of sending the file. I want to render that instead of sending the file. So that's the difference. The main difference is that it renders the file, it does not send the file. So here you can see that output is coming here, hello from index.js. And so now we have a client, and this is the client here, the HTML file, and I want to add the socket.io script tag here. So for the client to recognize that even there is a socket connection needed waiting for us, it needs to recognize that there is a socket module for us. So I think we can just copy that from the socket.io website here in the client API, and here it is. You can just copy that and paste it here. So this is what we need right now. So we can even give a port number here, maybe 5000, because we are on the port 5000 here. So now our server is ready to accept connections. So what we want to do is we need to use this IO variable. That is the main thing we are going to use now. And so we'll do IO.on connection. That is inbuilt into socket.io module. So IO.on connection is something that when a client enters the website or the route, we just hit that connection module. So upon connection, a callback is called, and with that we get a socket in return. So now we can just maybe say console.log client connected Okay, so let's test that if it's working or not. So let's this is automatically refreshed, and let's go here and reload the file. Okay, so let's see here, and you can see that there is a message client connected. So now we can we have these requests coming in from the client, and we can make changes to these files, or we can absorb the request and make everything real time. So everything happening here is real time. So in the next video, what we'll be doing is that we'll start sending data from client to server, and then we'll start creating this app more functionable than it is right now, because it's a little bit basic right now. So let's see in the next video.